Welcome back to the future of finance with Spiral Strategies. It's playing out like exactly what we said, everyone. Bitcoin at the moment is in a downtrend. We told you over the last few days that we are seeing this bearish bat pattern play out. And as you can see here, it's playing out perfectly right here. And the next target that we told you that it might reach was around $67,000, which was the range between the A point here at the low to the high. And let's take our retracements, $67,000. It actually dipped a little bit deeper to 66,000, and it looks like it wants to keep going. Now, where does it want to go? That's the next line of questioning. Well, the best thing to do here is now let's look at our support zones. Where can we hopefully see support? Now, a support zone here would be this Wyckoff check, right, at the $65,000 level, right? The next level below that would be the actual left shoulder of that Wyckoff. So just to paint it better for you, this little shoulder here, oops, this shoulder here, right? So if it breaks this shoulder, then we can expect it to go lower. The next point would be this shoulder here, which is the shoulder for this double bottom structure, right? I hope you can see all of this. Now, the reason why these are strong support levels is this is where people have entered, right, to catch the trend. Why did they enter there? Because they wanted to catch the trend of this move here, right? So they caught this trend in ideal zones, which are 78.6 retracements. So you could expect a lot of leverage longs here, right? And a lot of spot longs. What we can expect from there is a lot of support. Now, the great thing about this left shoulder here is that it lines with the 50% retracement of this zone. Just to make it clear for you, of this zone here, from the low point of this accumulation zone. Let me take out my square tool. This accumulation zone, the low point of this accumulation zone to our all-time high, that's a 50% retracement. Now, 50% retracements are very healthy in the market. We actually expect to see them. Institutional level investors, those whales that everyone talks about, ETF managers like BlackRock and all of that, they understand that 50% retracements are natural. So can we expect it to go there? I would assume so. The reason being is we're getting a lot of downward pressure. Now, if you look at the 4-hour, our momentum on the RSI has actually painted a very bearish signal here, which is the M structure through the 50 mark. So it's created an M. Let me change my tool there to a brush, right? It created an M through the 50 mark, which is the white line there. Now, why that's bearish is it's suggesting the pressure has increased, right? And you can support that. We can support that by this recent volume spike, right? We're actually seeing that the buying pressure is starting to wane, meaning it's starting to reduce. So from taking this, let me just open it for you. Taking this point here, the green candle here, to the lowest point, right? Buying pressure is dwindling down, whilst the bearish pressure is increasing, right? So we're seeing bearish pressure actually come in more. So from here, right? The bears have taken over. Now, let's just jump into a 1 hour, right? Now, our 1 hour, if you see here, is also suggesting very, very bearish momentum, right? A big dump in the OBV. What that means is people that have acquired Bitcoin and held it for a while, so the people that held it through here have actually decided to dump. That's indicative of this M top structure, this double top structure through the red line, which is our exponential average of the volume, suggesting a lot of people are actually starting to get out, right? Now, let's take a look at the 4 hour. Let's go back to the 4 hour, and I want to show you guys something here. Actually, let's do this. Let's jump into the 8 hour. Now, I want you to pay attention from our accumulation zone to the recent high. Most of the trading has happened at this line here, right, which is called the point of control. No trading has happened in between this trend, right? Now, that's not natural for markets. Markets want to trend lower, right? And they want to explore different price points. Where are they hopefully going to explore, or potentially going to explore? I want you to pay attention to value low here, right? Value low, below this bar here, there's not much trading has happened, right? The most amount of trading is at the second POC here, which was basically where the accumulation zone is. So if this bear has well and truly taken over, and how do we know that it's well and truly taken over? Is if this large M-top structure confirms. So if it breaks below this point, right? Remember, this is our strongest support zone here. If it breaks our strongest support zone, then we can definitely assume that it's going to explore this range. So what I mean by that is that it could break this point and start to travel and trend until it hits this zone and then try to trend up. Okay, I know it's squiggly line theory, but we are seeing that in the charts. The charts are telling us that we are seeing a potential dump in the Bitcoin market. Right? Now, just so that we can, just to summarize, we have three key supports. Lost my words there. Three key supports. This Wyckoff check, right? This Wyckoff check, the left shoulder of this Wyckoff check, and then the left shoulder of this larger W, this double bottom structure. Now, we do have an algorithm, right, that helps us with our understanding where the market might go. Now, it's actually telling us that we should see a potential, keyword potential, reversal. Okay, now the reversal might occur either at this Wyckoff, at this left shoulder, okay, or below. All right, and we can actually expect it to either retrace off this zone, the left shoulder, or continue going lower. Sorry, I'm extremely excited about this news. The reason being is it gives us all an opportunity to enter. Okay, now let's just jump into Ethereum. Now Ethereum, guys, just doesn't look good at all. I'm sorry to say, it doesn't look good whatsoever. Here I'm on the 8 hour. Okay, I want you to pay attention to this accumulation zone here. Can you see where the point of control is? The point of control is at 2,200. Okay, now this zone here hasn't experienced any price exploration, right? So we're seeing a large gap between 3,200 and 2,700, right? Now we've got some potential areas of interest. Now the key areas of interest are actually at $3,000, right? Where we might potentially see a reversal, or at around 2,600, right? Now the 2,600 level is probably the worst case scenario for ETH. However, it's definitely doable. The reason being is we're getting a lot of lower highs. Can you see these M-top structures? M-top, okay, M-top structure, and it's confirmed. Okay, so what that means is we are in a bear for ETH. Now let's take a look at our momentum indicators. Now on the RSI, remember how Bitcoin was making an M through the 50 mark, we're getting M's through the 50 mark on the Ethereum chart as well. In fact, we're getting way more, right? Suggesting we're still in a bear trend. That was the 8 hour. Let's talk about the daily. On the daily, we saw here we did get bearish divergences, right? And we spoke about that in the last few episodes. The market was going up, right? Whilst the momentum was going down. And look at this. Once it confirmed below this point here, right? So at this candle was your entry to short, right? Now, can it go lower? I hope you can all see this, but excuse me, that was my phone. I hope you can see this. We've got a massive M-top structure potentially forming, right? If we break out of this position, I can well and truly say that we might see a $2,200 Ethereum. Now, this is supported by the recent $1 billion worth of ETH being transferred to Coinbase. We spoke about this. Go see the last episodes that we released. We spoke about how Ethereum at the moment might experience a downtrend because we saw $1.5 billion worth of Ethereum transferred into Coinbase, which suggests people might be selling. So they might know something and they might have engineered this dump. Okay, now I just want to show you this guy here, Ali Charts, actually is on the same sentiment as us. So can you see here that net outflows are starting to occur at around 3,400, and the minimum entries, or where people are trying to enter, is around 2,800. So if we take a look at the chart, that's basically where our area of interest is. It's between 3,200 and 2,800. Ideally, most investors or most active traders, people that are experienced, they'll actually look to enter at a lower level. So at around a golden level of around between 61.8% and 78.6% retracement. Okay, and we can see here that this is a strong support level, right? This is a strong support level. Now, let me just turn that off. Now, will this happen? I mean, we're yet to see. I just want you to pay attention to the amount of volume of selling coming in. Now, granted, on the daily, it is kind of waning, right? Ethereum might be a leading indicator when it comes to the dump. However, it just doesn't look like it wants to slow down anytime soon, right? We're still getting M-top structures in the RSI, and we're still getting M-top structures in the OBV as well as the Williams percentage R. Okay, so I hope this helped you all. If you have any questions whatsoever, leave them down in the comment section below. Do make sure to give us a like and do the YouTube things and subscribe. And we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out, guys.